Hey guys, welcome back. In this video, I'm going to show you the key to core stability. If you can increase your core stability, then you'll be able to increase your performance. No matter the movement, walking, running, jumping, and lifting all require core strength for the best results. We aren't just talking about crunches and leg raises. This is a myopic view of the core and its functionality. The core is 360 degrees of your torso, running the length of your spine from your neck to your tailbone. So a resilient and capable core needs more than just one plane of motion. And if you suffer from back and hip pain, if you feel imbalance in your hips when you're walking and running, then this is the video for you. Here we'll tackle these common problems from a different point of view. The frontal plane. The side plank is a game changer and an effective exercise that requires no equipment. This exercise is not only great for strengthening the core, but this movement also provides a great stretch. It challenges the muscles around the trunk, like the obliques and the QL, the TVA, and not to mention the muscles in the lateral hip, the glute medius. And when taken to a further degree, you can engage the inner and outer thigh muscles, making this an essential exercise that many skip over. In the case of locomotion, the gluteus medius, for example, contributes greatly to our movement. This muscle attaches to the top of the pelvis, also known as the ilium. This then connects the top of the thigh bone to the greater trochanter of the femur. Contracting this muscle without any contact of the ground performs a hip abduction, which brings the leg away from the body with a slight external rotation, which turns the leg slightly outwards. Think of rollerblading. So how does this help? And how does this apply to your walking and running? Well, this muscle is highly active during the early stance phase of running. This muscle acts to stabilize the pelvis. As you run, this prevents the pelvis from dropping on the opposite side, stabilizing the pelvis. This instability shows up as a hip hike or just a wobbly movement throughout the gait cycle, evidenced from the hips. So if you find that you're always rocking or you have a rhythm that favors one side over the other, or you find that you just are not able to get the full range of motion on both sides of your hip, then this exercise will help you. This will optimize the force generated as it transfers through your legs. This muscle can generate around 3 times your body weight, so it's very important. So strengthening this muscle to meet the demands of running will improve your times and reduce your low back pain. This can be a challenging exercise, even for the very active. So I'll show you some regressions and progressions of the side plank. These exercises are sorted from the least to the most challenging. A great goal is to be able to maintain the side plank for at least 30 seconds in each variation before moving on to the next progression. The first variation is known as the semi-side plank. This is a great variation to start with. It is the easiest to perform. You'll start with your knees bent at 90 degrees. Then keep your elbows tucked under the shoulder. As you initiate this, drive your knee into the ground as you raise your hips off of the ground. A progression from that position would be to extend the legs. You can lay your feet staggered for better balance. And when you're ready to progress, you can increase the challenge by stacking the feet one on top of the other, testing out your balance. Now, one of the most challenging of the variations is actually lifting the top leg during the side plank. This is very challenging and is a display of great core control. Now, the side plank is normally coached as an isometric hold, but I prefer the dynamic approach. You'll perform the same variations, but this time with repetitions, raising and lowering, moving the body through a range of motion. What you'll find is that with the elbow on the ground, that you are not able to exhibit the full range of motion capable by your hips. And for that, I would suggest straightening the arm and then working through the progressions as you did with the elbow bent. This provides for a greater range of motion. but be careful not to hyperextend at the elbow. If you have weakness or pain at this joint, please stop immediately. I find this is great for your mobility improvement. And my favorite variation is to raise my torso support with a yoga block, bench, and even a box. This variation really gets at those sticky points around the groin area that are rarely challenged. If you incorporate the yoga block into this movement, whether in the straight arm or on the elbow, you will receive the benefit of that greater range of motion. I'm pressing, straightening, locking out this arm, creating this deep, larger range of motion, and I'm just gonna start and lift. And go as low as you can and come back up. This works great for the QLs because of this range of motion. I find this variation highly therapeutic, and you'll feel rejuvenated when you perform these depth side planks. I would perform these at least 3 times a week when starting out. Use 30 to 45 second holds to qualify for further progressions. Then when you're ready to progress to reps, I would do 10 to 20 on each side for 3 to 4 sets. If you can incorporate and progress through these variations, you'll see your overall movement quality improve. This has been Groin and Healthy, the channel where we explore self-improvement through movement. Thanks for watching.